Alright, study guide today, problems 24 through 29. Number 24. You got an isosceles triangle there. And then it's split in half. You are told that this base angle is 46 degrees. And you need to find x and y. And these two up top are equal to each other. So since it's an isosceles triangle, both of these base angles are congruent. So this 46 and this 46, these are the same. So what you want to do is you want to find this big angle up here first. So if you take this 46 and this 46 and you subtract them from 180, it'll give you this top angle, the big angle. So 180 minus okay, so that's 88 degrees, this entire angle up here. These two angles are equal to each other, so if you take the 88 and you divide it by 2, you get 44 degrees. That means that this angle y, is 44 degrees. So if angle y is 44 degrees and this base angle is 46 degrees, you could subtract the 44 and the 46 from 180. So 180 minus 44 minus 46 is 90 degrees. So your x is 90, your y is 44. Number 25. 4x minus 20, a base angle. And then you have an exterior angle that's 6x. Now, since this is an isosceles triangle, these base angles are congruent. So this angle on the right is 4x minus 20. These two angles are a linear pair. So they sum 180. So your equation is going to be 4x minus 20 plus 6x equals 180. So you can combine like terms. So 10x, thanks, just set it down, minus 20 equals 180. And you can add 20 to each side. So 10x equals 200. And then divide by 10. And x equals 20. And all you had to do is find the value of x. There you go. These two are a linear pair. Okay? A linear pair. A lot of people got this question wrong when it was on the quiz because they were making the 4x minus 20 equal to the 6x. They're not equal to each other. Alright, they're supplementary. So make sure that you add them together and set them equal to 180. Number 26. Alright, we got an 18 and we've got what's called a mid-segment. Alright, since this point right here is in the middle of this side of the triangle, and since this point is in the middle of that side of the triangle, a segment that connects two midpoints is called a mid-segment. And this piece is 3x minus 6. A mid-segment is half the length of the side that it's parallel to, or it's half the length of the third side of the triangle. Okay? So what that means is that since this mid-segment is half of this piece, you got to make 18 equal to 2 times 3x minus 6. All right? 2 of these equal this. 2 of the mid-segments equal the third side. So then your 18 is equal to distributive property. 2 times 3x is 6x, and 2 times negative 6 is negative 12. So you add 12 to each side. $30 equals 6x, and you can divide by 6. So 5 is equal to x. And if you do the math, if you take 3 times 5, that's 15. And 15 minus 6 is 9. Okay? And 9 is half of the 18. So it checks out. This next one's a tough one. Same concept. It's another mid-segment problem. You got this triangle or this line of sight that goes up to this building. You're told that the building is 150 feet tall, and you got this tree, and this tree ends up being about here, right? How do you draw a tree? Oh boy. Yeah, goodness. I'm an artist. And since this tree, since the base of the tree is at the middle of the bottom, and the top of the tree is at the middle of this top segment, if this is a triangle here, so this tree represents a mid-segment. Just said that the mid-segment is half of the third side. So how tall is the tree? 75 feet. You take 150, you divide it by 2. That equals 75. The tree is 75 feet tall. Number 28. Q is equidistant from the sides. We covered this recently. Hopefully you remember a little bit about it. That if a point is the same distance from both sides of a triangle, nope. If a point is the same distance from both sides of an angle, then it is on the angle bisector. So this S to Q is an angle bisector. And if this angle is 5x plus 4, and your other angle is 8x minus 2, and SQ is an angle bisector, then these two are equal to each other. So your 5x plus 4 is equal to 8x minus 2. And you are asked to, you got to find the measures. You got to find the TS, let's see, find RST. So you got to find the big angle. This is R here, and this is T. So you got to solve for x, substitute, and add. So we're going to subtract 5x from each side. So 4 equals 3x minus 2. Add 2 to each side. 6 equals 3x. And then divide by 3. So 2 is equal to x. But that's not what they want. They want the measure of RST. The measure of angle RST. That's this angle. The whole angle. So if you do your 5 times 2 plus 4, 5 times 2 plus 4 is 14, right? If that one's 14, what's the other one? 14. And what's 14 plus 14? 28 degrees. Number 29. This was recent, I believe. Same type problem. You got angle 1, angle 2, and angle 3. Which labeled angle has the greatest measure? Right there, right? Because an exterior angle is the measure of an exterior angle is equal to the sum of its remote interiors. So if you have to add if you have to add angle 2 to angle 1 to get angle 3, 3 is the largest. And that was short and sweet on this early release Friday, wasn't it? That was fun.